Hey, has anyone seen where Kyle is? Anyone? Have you seen him? Not me, I haven't seen him. No? Well, how about you? Have you seen him? No, I haven't seen him anywhere. God, this kid's gotten lost. I haven't found him in months. On the count of three, let's take turns yelling his name. Go first, then you, then you. Got it? Right, got it. Count us off, Captain. 1, 2, 3. Kyle! 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 What the frick are you? What is going on? Dude, what the frick? Where have you been, man? Yeah, dude, we've been looking for you for months. What's going on? Alright, come on. I'll show you. Just follow me. Hey guys, it's Kyle from Welcome Your Props. Holy crap. I've been gone for a while. Wow, a lot has happened. Where do I start with this? I think the last thing I uploaded was about the helmet, the in-game battle damage replica helmet. Still love that thing to death. But then I just kind of vanished, and it's sort of like, what happened? I've recorded this video probably 5 times in that period of my return. I just felt like it wasn't the right thing. I didn't feel like I said the right things. I didn't feel like if it was, I didn't say it right. It just didn't feel like the right time. I'm not even caring about any of that. Let me tell you guys what's happened and what's been going on. After the con, I want to take a couple of days off. I've been working since January straight, doing props and commissions, and then took about a month to get that helmet ready, then went to the con. That was exhausting. Hello, dog. So I never really had that break that I wanted. Maybe one day. I think it was actually 2. So I still had the Pulse Blade pilot soon you got to work on. There were some other events during the summer I kind of wanted to try and do, let alone I had my life to figure out. What the frick does that mean? Throughout the events I want to go to didn't happen. Dragon Con was in September, didn't happen because the Pulse Blade pilot suit is not done yet, but I'll get into that. Other things in my personal life is a lot of things that have been going on since for 2 years now was basically needing a new direction as far as what are my goals for my future, what do I really want to do and accomplish, and what are those things that I can do with that skill set. I managed to find a new major that I was interested in that wasn't offered at school, so I took the option to let's transfer, let's figure something out. So this was now last summer of 2016. I'm figuring out, okay, let's look at this major, let's look at schools, okay, let's get in that groove there. I'm feeling doing more prop stuff. You know, went to the VACon 2016, things were good. I wasn't able to start in January of 2017, so I'm like, okay, so what the frick am I supposed to do? So between October of last year and December, I was completely broken down. I didn't know what to do with my life. That's when I really legitimized Vulcan Army props, and that's when I started working, doing that full time. And I love it. I've learned so much more than I ever could have imagined doing it in that amount of time. Summer came around, and that's when I was like, okay, I need to rethink some things here. I realized that there are a bunch of tools, skills, and materials that I either don't have access to and or don't have the room to do it. So I started looking if there are jobs within my area that I could actually get to learn this stuff, like machining and all stuff. That there's just nothing around here. So literally it was the last resort. It was like, I guess I'll look back at schools for this major. Major is industrial design. The negative tone I have towards school is not towards learning. I love learning. That's why I think the spring semester situation of me working was glorious, because I learned so much more about the chemistry of a lot of the materials I work with and the technicality of applying those, developing new processes, learning all that stuff. Great learning curve. With this major, I'm like, if I can get into those shops, I'm gonna learn all this stuff that I can apply directly to the props. So I started looking back into that. Along with that, I was getting really almost mad at myself for not having my Pulse Blade pilot suit done. I started this thing in March. Originally, the goal was supposed to be in time for AwesomeCon. Then Maker, I'm like, there's no way this is gonna happen. So I'm like, you know what, let's have it done by Dragon Con. So I kept working, but then the entire time, like, there was this fluctuation of motivation. It was sort of like this, because I'm working with more than just foam. The suit, as you may know, is mostly sewing. There's all this stuff. You know, I'm even gonna be making the tactical vest from scratch because I don't want to buy anything. It's not gonna do it for me. So I have to completely make everything on my own, which is exactly what I want to do, but it's taking a lot longer. Like, each thing is taking a lot longer than I expected it to. Like, for example, the little wrist pieces I finally got around to doing. Didn't like my 3D model, the printer wasn't really doing its job, so I had to do is I ended up making it by hand. It took me 2 days to make that thing by hand, and then mold it, and then cast it, let alone have everything else to do to finalize it. And there's so many small details, but that's the thing, I like doing that, but I don't know if I underestimated the challenge of it. I think I did. Even the smallest things are taking so much time. And so that was kind of getting me mad, because like, I want to get this suit done because there's other projects I want to get to, but I want to do this suit right. So I kind of had this fight with myself, and let alone I kind of had this conflict of school, yes or no, what's happening, what's not happening, props, where am I going with that, I don't know. So like, there's all this stuff in my head that was affecting how I worked and what my motivations and why I was really building in the first place. So I really just wasn't sure of how to do anything, and then it just kind of was like, you know, let's just get the suit done, let's just keep working. And then Dragon Con comes around, and I knew I couldn't go because there's a lot of stuff with the school situation where I might not have been able to go. So there's a lot of stuff that was undetermined that by the time I would know, it would have been too late. But then I kind of dropped all those worries. I'm like, I want to build because I like building, I like the challenge, I like learning. In the end, no matter what, I want to do something with props, whether it's a full-time my business, or I get hired by someone. I want to be designing and creating, period. So I'm gonna keep doing this, I'm gonna learn, and overall I'm gonna have fun with it. That's the point. I really had to go back to when I first started, is that doing this is really really achieving the dreams I had as a kid, was bringing armor to life. It all started with the Medieval Knights. Armor's so cool, Star Wars, I want this to be real, that's what it's all about. And then starting to work on designing my own characters, and I'm gonna be bringing those to life. So that's the original goal, and I've finally been able to centralize on that, and I'm actually in a groove now with the armor. I've been able to, I also set time aside where I work during the day, time off in the evening, so I have a really nice balanced routine and schedule, and that's also what makes me happier and feeling a little bit healthier. And I got into the school of my choice, so it's already almost mid-October, and it's like, where are we with props, dude? Ah! So there's a lot that's actually happened with the suit. The suit itself is like, the helmet its own project, the jump kit's its own project, the leg things were its own project, the little back, like, there's so many different, like, because again, I go hardcore full-in details all the way. There's like, I don't take any shortcuts. So my target date is sometime in like mid-December. There's the last VA con I'll go to this year. I kind of want to debut it if I can. Whew! So that's been what's happening. I'm not sure if there were any of you that were kind of like, hey, what is he working on? I don't know. Part of doing the channel is just to show, it's just, again, sharing the work and how I think, and just on a more personal level, just be like, hey, if you guys want to build something here, it's just kind of make it seem like you build it together at the same time. That's sort of the point. I don't know if anyone was really following along with that, or so if you were, I'm really sorry. But now, of course, there's a lot of stuff to catch up on as far as the suit is concerned. So I'll probably have a couple extra videos other than this one regarding that. I thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble about my life. If you guys have any projects you've been working on, I'd love to know. You guys have been really nice in the comments. I would love to see if you guys are building anything. If you have a social media or something you want me to see it on, just put it in the comments or whatever, or you can send me a message through whatever you want to choose from the social, whatever the contact information is. That'd be fine. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to help. And of course, I'll see you all in the next video.